49ers game, man. Is it how we feeling about the Jets, man? Like, what y'all think? Is it too late for them? You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all thinking?
I mean, for starters, that Jets 49er game last night was safe to say very disappointing to me. Biggest takeaways: Jets have no pass rush, no pass rush whatsoever. Hassan Reddick, I think he's the biggest winner of the night by far. Him sitting out, I mean, uh, it's time to break up the Brees truck because he about to get paid. Or y'all better do something with him because one thing for sure, them guys you got out there not cutting it. Like, let me tell y'all what happened in this game. They had a running back, but a name that we probably, I mean, I known, but the average football fan would have known as in Jordan Mason from Georgia Tech, undrafted from 2 years ago. He ran for 28 carries, a buck 47 and a tud on 5.3 yards per carry. Look at the time of possession was 38 to 21 minutes in the favor of the 49ers. Like, that was ridiculous. I mean, that's just straight up grown man football, the zone scheme to a T. I mean, San Francisco, I mean, look, all three levels. Like, I seen Russ and Ayuk. I mean, which is expected. You missed all the training camp, missed a wide open touchdown by Purdy, dropped in the bucket. Jennings, I mean, truthfully, I think Jennings was the most impressive receiver by far that whole day, despite Debo's his multi usage in the run game and also the pass game. Brock Purdy, 19 to 29, 231, no tuds, and also no INTs. It's safe to say for me, I think the 49ers is the powerhouse in the NFC. I think if you left out of week one after watching every other game and the 49ers to be the last game of your week one, you probably left saying, damn, like they look like they haven't lost a step. I wouldn't necessarily say they got better. I would say it don't look like they lost a step at all. I mean, the running game didn't go nowhere. All they receivers really had fair targets. They had their chances to get loose. And I mean, sure, you got their all-pro fullback catching wheel routes on the sidelines. Like it's ridiculous. But the Jets, y'all, first off, I got a great question. What the hell are y'all doing with Mike Williams? How the hell did y'all get this man? I know he's fresh off an injury. I know he just recently got activated not too long ago. But you don't bring in a receiver of Mike Williams' caliber, even though he is on a 1-year deal, to play him less than 10 snaps in the whole game. Like, we think New York is great because they got Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. But after that, who they got? Like, I want y'all to name me their skill group and tell me do they move the needle for y'all whatsoever. Alan Lazard, does he move the damn needle? Yes or no?
Not even close.
Xavier Gibson.
Next.
Shoot, Tyler Conklin. Like, and he's an okay tight end, but he ain't moving no damn needle. You ain't pressing a game plan to stop Tyler Conklin. Like, the whole game plan literally relied on Garrett Wilson or bust. And at the beginning, it looked like it was working to a T until the offense kind of seemed repetitive, and it was like, okay, like, he's literally only throwing it to one person. Like, if we shut him down, we good. and it's safe to say, looking at these receptions or the receiving yards, the only people who got some catches outside of the four guys that I named was the backup running back that played limited snaps and Braylon Allen with 1 catch for 9 yards. So they literally had no production from that wide receiver position whatsoever that was meaningful. I mean, Aaron Rodgers' only touchdown of the night was off of a offsides penalty that the defense low-key took a break on, and he got him a freebie. But outside of that and the one drive that they scored a rushing touchdown on Breece Hall, the Jets look pretty sad. Defense look like shit, and that's supposed to be their calling card. I mean, golly, getting ran over like that. I mean, Quinn Williams, at the end of the day, you're still on that line. CJ Mosley, I know you got hurt, but you still a linebacker, all pro at that. And then you got Quincy Williams, the brother of Quinnen Williams. He was a no-show. DJ Reed, Michael Carter, Sauce Gardner. I mean, this all world secondary that's supposed to be the best in the league getting torched. I mean, but obviously, when you run the ball so effectively, your play action game creates obviously you bringing up the backers, you bringing up everybody, and that's they're sunken into the run. And it's like, oh shit, like you got Kittle for 20, you got Debo for 30, you got Greg Jennings for 50. I said Greg Jennings, Juwan Jennings for 15, you check for 10. Like you're just getting killed left and right just off of the fact that you can't stop a run. So if I left the game thinking anything 49ers, you ain't lost a step. You look pretty dangerous. I mean, safe to say that you might be back in the Super Bowl. I mean, that's a way too early prediction, but they look like the best team in the NFC right now. And for the Jets, I mean, I want to see. It's hard to tell because obviously you're going up against that level of competition, which is the top of the league. And every team isn't the 49ers, so it's kind of hard to just really assess it for real. But I'll say give them about 2 to 3 weeks. Let them get their feet wet. Let them play a couple more games because their next 3 games, I mean, they should end up being 3-1 out of that next 3. I'm gonna name them for y'all. Let me know if these don't sound like guaranteed dubs. They got a 12 o'clock game against the Titans. They got a primetime Thursday night game against the New England Patriots that shockingly beat the Cincinnati Bengals. And then they got a Sunday game at 12 against the Denver Broncos. So do we all think they're going undefeated in that 3-game stretch?
They should, with the amount of talent that they have, bro.
And also the next game after that is Minnesota. So
they should, bro. Honestly, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? For 49ers, just off how they look, they are already one of the best teams in the league, bro. They were last year. Shit, they finna be again. They finna be this year. So it's like, I kind of want to tone it down on them because, you know what I'm saying, the 49ers has, hell, if not the best, one of the best defenses in the league. So there's only so much you can do. And Brock Purdy was just doing his thing, man. So, like, the receivers were too. Everything just looked smooth and in motion, you know what I'm saying? Look like a good running car, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's only so much you can do. Like, either the 49ers are that good or the Jets just are not what we think they are, bro. Like
49ers are that good.
Yeah, like the Jets, you know what I'm saying? The Jets might actually be a solid team, but it's just the 49ers have so many stars. And it's just Jordan Mason was just looking like Marshawn Lynch. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't stop him. So great game from him.
I mean, in all honesty, I didn't really learn hardly anything from this game. I wasn't too high on the Jets to begin with. For the 49ers' sake, if there's anything that I did kind of gain a little bit of nuggets on, it made me put a little bit of pause as looking towards Kyle Shanahan as, I guess, more solidification and possibly some justification of, is he the best schemer in all of the NFL when compared to the likes of Andy Reid and Sean McVay? He's always been in that category. It's just a matter of whether he's number one or not. Because if you look at the size of these holes that you got Jordan Mason running through, you look at how wide open these guys are. I mean, like you mentioned it, like Juszczyk is running a wheel route at the fullback position, and he has nobody around him. Like he is nothing but free space around him to catch a pass. Like, how do you even scheme that open for a guy like that in a position that we, for the most part, is seen as dead in not only the NFL, but for like majority of all football programs in college, high school, middle school, like Pee-wee, like it's crazy. I seen a little bit of rust from the 49ers to a certain extent, obviously Ayuk, but to be honest, they look like they're in mid-season form just off of their sheer level of dominance. I mean, we look at the Jets with their calling card. Like, over the past few years, we kind of gave the excuse of the Jets will be in the playoffs if they had a great quarterback because their calling card, their defensive side of the ball is amazing, and it is no signs of slowing down. So that should be their bread and butter, right? They gave up 8 straight scoring drives. You gotta really think about that. 8 times San Francisco had the ball and put points on the board. And that's on the defense with the likes of the Williams brothers, CJ Mosley, like Sauce Gardner. Like we look at Sauce, or at least majority of the public looks at Sauce Gardner as possibly the best corner in the league to a certain extent. So it's like, how is that happening? We get how good the 49ers are, but you're supposed to be those guys. Like y'all are the Jets. Y'all calling card is that side of the ball. How are y'all letting up almost double-digit scoring positions in a row simultaneously? Like that shouldn't be the case. Um, I also looked at Aaron Rodgers' performance as like if you're gaining any type of I get he went against the 49ers, but if you're gaining any type of hope about Aaron Rodgers being that version of himself from Green Bay that won those back-to-back MVPs, I think you got to pump the brakes on that. We're gonna probably get somewhere between somewhere closer to the version of himself where he's in his last year with Green Bay. A little bit of selective with where he throws the ball, a little bit of where he's kind of conservative with kind of putting the ball in harm's way. And you kind of seen that last night. Not a lot of risks being taken. I mean, hell, his interception was off of a great play by the defender that just got tipped up. So you're not going to see too much of that. He's not going to put up a whole bunch of big yardage, at least in my opinion. But to be fair, I'm not the biggest believer in the Jets. To me, it's Garrett Wilson or nothing offensively. I mean, Brees Hall had a couple of nice runs here and there, but at least against the 49ers, it didn't look like that was going to do much outside of that one drive where they took the lead early in the first quarter. I didn't really gain much from New York. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I don't think they're going to make anything shake. They're not going to be no threat in the AFC, at least to my opinion. As far as the 49ers, they are looking like the best team in the NFC for sure. Just off of the fact that, like you said, they don't seem like they have any sign of getting better. It's just they are already good, and they haven't looked like they're taking any steps back. They aren't slowing down. The offense looks great. The defense only gave up really one drive that kind of left you with some head-scratching moments. And then after that, they were shut down up until garbage.
Got in.
Yeah. So, like, I think that they'll be fine. 49ers, y'all got yourselves another roster that can potentially take y'all to the top. But now it's just a matter of getting there because you got no choice.